Uf. Oh, uf. Que se me echa la hora encima, tío. Que eran las 8:30, 8:20 cuando quería poner a esta mierda, ¿no? Meh. Bueno, vale. Pues de momento así se queda. Rapartes. ¡Uy! ¡Ay, su puta madre! Vale. Bueno, tío. ¡Ay! Buenas, Misael, ¿qué tal? Estamos ya al finales. Vamos, batalla final. Me ha quedado. Lo que pasa que ayer ya era un poco tarde, bastante tarde. Y en fin. Quedan un par de mierdas por hacer todavía. Y dije, que va, den por el culo ya. Si hubiera sido directamente en la batalla, pues igual hubiera intentado hacer, pero que va. Me dice, vete a no sé qué campamento, cabrón. Mañana ya voy. Hoy no. Charles IV of Bohemia. Qué grande. Se murió. Bueno, pues nada. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Hay que ver el nivel de documentación que tiene este juego, Ojo, que hasta yo qué sé, tío, el ingeniero que vino y montó esta mierda que tengo aquí delante es un personaje real, tío. Histórico. Este señor también es un personaje histórico, de verdad. Este señor, pues no lo sé, la verdad, pero supongo que también, porque viendo el grado de curramiento que tiene. Vale, hay que ir a estos campamentos. Pero no sé a qué. Vamos a ver si se va a dar hostias. Tenchón de paz. ¡Ya! Nada, eso en realidad va a ser rápido. A caballo es un momento. Bueno, a ver, ya está hasta los cojones de tanto viaje y tanta historia. Los preparativos del asedio este fueron cojonudos. Entre hacer la máquina es conseguir brea para no sé qué, para prender fuego, no sé qué, para ariete. Conseguir pociones, conseguir... Vale, en fin, un caos. Mil cosas, ¿no? Mil cosas, de verdad, A ver, campamento aquí de no sé qué verga. Tienen voces por ahí, ¿no? Parece. Found. ¿Qué tengo que hacer aquí? Nada. Supongo que esos son malos. ¿Qué quieren que haga en esos campamentos, tío? Bueno, pues no me dejaron nada, pero yo creo que lo suyo es matarlos a todos, ¿no? De alguna manera u otra. Me estoy haciendo mucho ruido. Estoy haciendo mucho ruido con todo este equipamiento que llevo. Y a ser posible. ¡Ay! Sí, ya.
Hey, who's there?
Toma, mira quién está aquí. Satanás está. ¡Ja, ja, ja, ja! Ah, toma por
No more
culo.
fooling around.
Mira, si estoy con él no me pega. Tonto. Hasta luego, hijo puta. ¿Qué tal, Homesick? Aquí estoy, tío. Que ya estamos al final, al final, al final. Una batalla terrible se avecina. Todos muertos por las esquinas. Y esos muertos, entre ellos no estaré yo. Hora de matar, hijos de puta. Invasores de mierda. Húngaros, concretamente. Que vienen aquí a tocarme la polla. ¿Eh? Toma, cerdo. Invasor. Vete a tu puto país. Vale. Y encima, este hombre, pues mira, le cae, vamos para acá. Para acá. Citas, espada de Burgues, mira que Broschen. A ver qué podemos por aquí. Robar, robar y robar. Robar, 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 robar. Vale. Vamos a ver. Esto, bueno, vamos a primero. ¿Puedo? Hacerlo. Vale. Pues este, a la mierda. Este lo dejo ahí. ¿Qué más tenemos por aquí, hombre? Esto. Ah, bueno. Esto que está roto, a la mierda. Vale. ¿Qué más? Juegos de montar. Bueno, parece ser que hay pocos malos en estos campamentos. Muy bien. Muy bien. Este es el primer campamento de los que quedan abiertos. No te preocupes. Enseguida se van a ir todos a la mierda por aniquilar todos. No tengas miedo. Son cosas de chiquillos. Ta 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 ta. Vamos, 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 vamos. Ah, ok. Están ahí bombardeando como putos con el trabuquete. Impresionante, impresionante. Y fue una epicidad extrema, ¿eh? Un secuestro del castillo. Y ahora nosotros que lo estamos asediando. Nuestro propio castillo. Bueno, el mío no, de Servicios. No. Vale. Abájole. Pero que va, es un montón de mierda eso. Campamento ni es nada. Joder. A ver. Así. No tanto peso, tío. Aguja. Para armadura. Las 9:15 de la noche. 9:15. Post meridian. Vale. Quarter. Early. Post meridian, Dinner time. Almost. Conejita.
What are you doing here?
Have you
Alma.
any idea who I am?
Indeed, a suspicious person roaming about in the woods on guarding.
Then I hope you're guarding them well, because I am Henry of Skalitz, the new master huntsman of Talmberg.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
Ah.
I was just doing my job.
Very well. But now, gamekeeper, don't detain me any longer.
Of course, Master Huntsman. My
Master
apologies.
Huntsman.
It's all right.
No hay nada. Parece que no hay nada realmente. Aquí está el campamento. Vamos, vamos. Al ataque, mis valientes. Dejar a mi amigo. ¡Oh, puta! Dejar a mi amigo, me cago en San Ross. Seas puto. Toma. ¿Dónde vas? Mira, que voy sin armadura ni nada, un chulo de mierda, tío. Pues igual me violan, eso puede ser. ¡Au! Uy, 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 uy. Escapa, 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 escapa. Escapa un poco. Te puedes poner en orden tu traje. Tu traje. Un traje. Ay, ay. Y un momento para ponerme todo gordo aquí. Verás tú. Verás tú, chaval. Pongo aquí. Mi hijo miedo. Lo que diga la rubia. ¿Matas a yo? Soy mortal, soy mortal. Soy un Widowmaker. Toma, puto. Ah, bitch. Uf, mamá. Coria dice. El jodido bandido este. Bandido pecador de la pradera. ¡Hala! Toma por culo. Toma escoria ahí. Tienes escoria ahora, ¿no? Tienes la escoria ahora, puto. Baja. Baja. Ojo, porque me dejó hecho mierda, ¿eh? Me venía mal una poción de agua. 3 de la mañana. 3 de alba. Oye, amigo, a tu ayuda. ¿Estás? Coño, que matar. Ganó el sinvergüenza este, tío. Puta. Mató a mis amigos. Bueno, en realidad no los conocía, pero sí. Era de mi facción. ¿Cierto? Amigos. Tío. No te preocupes. Que me lo voy a vengar bien vengado. Y a mi estilo. Estilo asesino. No es malo.
Mother of God!
Mother of God. Toma, puto. There is no God, motherfucker. Surprise, surprise. ¡Uya! Flipaste ahí con mi ataque sorpresa. ¡Toma! ¿Ahora qué, gallo? ¡Ay, que se rinde! ¿Qué hay que hacer con el que se rinde? ¡Toma! Eso es lo que hay que hacer con el que se rinde. Queda detrás del corriendo, 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 corriendo. ¡Toma, perra! ¡Perra mala! ¡Toma! Por cobarde, pecador de la pradera. ¿Eh? Es eso de... ¡Ay, me rindo, me rindo! Muere con honor, hijo de puta. Del siglo XV esto. ¿Entiendes? Aquí no hay espacios seguros, ni mierdas. ¡Ajá! Al menos si estoy yo. Henry Scalish. Al menos, ojo. Pero eso ya es mucho decir, ¿eh? ¿Qué? ¿Me dijiste algo? Ah, vale. Vale, seguimos aquí con nuestro justiciamiento. Con este pobre hombre. Pues bueno, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? Murió ahí. Como pudo el hombre. Con las piernas abiertas. En fin. Estoy sobrecargado. Pero no, pero tengo un caballo aquí hermoso. A dejarle cosas aquí. Uy, qué. Vamos. Botas de noble al caballo. Al caballo. 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 Esto. A la verga directamente. Luis elegante. Al caballo. Poderas de placa. No lo sé. Esto al caballo. Esto al caballo. Puedes montar, vale. Rota de malla. Me tengo esta rota, pero bueno, da igual. Esta rota al caballo. I'm storing things on horse. Al caballo. Caballo. Al caballo. Caballo. Al caballo también. Sombrero al caballo. Y ya está. Vale. Ya no estoy overweight. Ya no estoy overweight, amigos. Vale. The third. And... You murdered me, dear Jesus. I don't think so. I am that Jesus. I am the chosen one. I'm the peacemaker. Adiós. Ya. Y soy un horse rider de la de Dios, mira. Madre mía. Otayoki. Soy the best horseman. Vamos. All around the world. All around the world. I will liberate this country. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, motherfuckers. Outlanders. Pero. Vamos, 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 vamos. Vamos, hija. Hija. Ándale, 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 ándale. Vamos, manito. Ya. Hola, Nails. Homesick, ¿eso se censuró? 3 asteriscos. Que son 3 asteriscos. Pero me huele a censurado, Me huele a censurado. Venga, vamos, 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 vamos. A ver si nos da tiempo, a ver si nos da tiempo. A la batalla final. Antes de cenar. La batalla final antes de cenar. Sería sub fucking epic. Super fucking hiper mega epic. Sería. ¡Hija! Buscar el campamento del este. Bueno, vale, ¿y dónde está? No, pero es que es un chulo de... un chulo de mierda. Yo es que no voy a descubrir el campamento. Yo voy y mato a todas las personas que están en el campamento. Porque yo soy así de eficiente. No me ando con hostias. No hago que el jefe venga después, Mira lo que te digo, Perdón, ¿tiene hora? Espera, ya lo miro yo. ¡Ay! Hasta luego. Hasta luego, hijos de puta. Ya volveré. Soy malvado. Cállate, hombre. Que voy en avión. ¿No me ves que voy en avión? Soy malvado. Soy el hacedor de viudas. Y más aún cuando sus maridos son una banda de hijos de puta invasores de mi tierra. Vale, no han llegado todavía. ¿Dónde están? He llegado yo primero que ellos. ¿Qué es esto, tío? No sé, no sé. Esta es la mía. Voy a la vez. A mí no me vengas con tu bigote, ¿eh? Chaval, flipaste ahí, puto. ¿Ahora qué? Que voy sin armadura ni nada, porque soy el más chulo de Móstoles. Sin armadura ni pollas, Toma. Asqueroso. ¡Ay, qué malvado soy! Soy malvado. Jodidos bandidos. Vamos. ¿Dónde está el otro? Hola, hostia. ¿Dónde está el otro? No lo veo. Aquí. A ver, ¿qué le podemos robar? Esto. ¡Qué bonito! ¡Muah! 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 Yeah. Yeah. Puto amo, Acá. ¿Cómo están los bombardeos, Joder. What happened, Homesick? Polaco. Este juego está en polaco, ¿no? ¿Con qué está? ¿O está en checo? A ver. ¿Cuál está en polaco? Ah, no, en polaco está el Witcher. The Witcher está en polaco. The Witcher. The Witcher, The Witcher, The Witcher. Este está... En francés, inglés, Deutsch... Español. Perdón, o sea, en francés, Deutsch e inglés. No, es checo. Venga, vamos, putito. Vamos ya. A ver al Don Bigotes. ¡Llegó el Bigotes! Guarda la espada porque lleva llena de sangre y me va a enseñar. Se va a asustar Doña Adelaida. No le gusta que vayamos con la espada llena de sangre. Pero cuando le metemos una espada y nos lo deja lleno de sangre, entonces ahí no dice nada. La perra. ¿Pero qué cosas dice usted? Vale. Cuando se embala en el caballo, solo él sabe dónde va a quedar. Vamos a ver. He encontrado todos.
The rest of the woods are clear.
That's a relief. Now let's relieve ourselves of this accursed Toth.
Exacto. Pues yo supongo que ahora debería guardar, ¿no? Entiendo. Goodbye. 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 Asedio. Vamos allá.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over town, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Ay.
Just so. That Istvan's a stubborn bastard.
All right. When do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
Apocalipsis, tío. Apocalipsis de Paca. Ah, voy a darle listo, total, que voy a guardar partida, ¿no? ¿Qué puede pasar?
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on two fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and
Something
find
is
the door
going
of the castle
wrong.
in the tower.
Letters this day right. They come to take your life. Vale. Conquistar la puerta. Vamos a ver. Varias
How are we
fases
going to attack the gate?
de la batalla, como siempre.
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keezer claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Vale.
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
Vamos, gesto. Ahora como un Vaticano, dice. El Vaticano era porque estábamos metidos en el monasterio, joder, era una misión. Era un grupo de misiones en las que nos infiltramos en el monasterio. Claro. Ahora ya estamos al final y lo que vamos a conseguir es pues la liberación. Bueno, no te cuento mucho por si lo juegas. Do you get to go shopping in Spain? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres decir? Que si voy a comprar, ¿qué quiere decir eso? Yo compro online, hago la compra online. Pero sí, se puede comprar en España. Las tiendas, dices, ¿no? Sí. En general, sí.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlement.
No, food
We'll have to either
online.
find our way through, or somehow get around them.
Pedido online. De hecho, me llegó antes. Semanal. Y todo lo demás, pues a las tiendas. Es que no compramos más.
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
Vale.
I think I've heard
O sea, ya
everything
estamos
I need to
jodidos.
know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack.
A
on
ver,
the
es que
walls.
aquí
I'm proud of you, Henry.
Homesick
You've
es
changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter.
obligatorio llevar
As God
mascarilla
is
si
my
vas al
witness, we will
supermercado.
kick
Y
those
eso.
whore sons' arses.
Supamaca.
A village lad and an old
Pero-
soldier. This fan must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's
Qué morda,
doing.
señor de bigote.
Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is,
Bueno, vamos
something
allá. Venga,
always
vamos,
gets
vamos,
fucked
vamos, vamos, vamos.
Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
Divide y vencerás, di que
Remember
sí. Sí, señor.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you,
Bigotes.
old soldier.
Take care.
Le doy bastantes golpes de las risas al juego, ¿eh? ¡Chao! 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 Ahí estamos, donde el montón de mierda. Ah, no. Con una muralla rota. ¡George! Ah, no. ¿A disparar? Ah, coño, vale. ¡Pum! La gobierno de Supercar. No te entiendo. No compramos comida hecha, Pues aquí. Masterchef, chaval. ¡George! Ahora sí, ahora sí. Me lo perdí, joder. ¡Al ataque! Vamos, vamos, vamos. Más rápido, joder, más rápido, rápido. Tengo la armadura hecha mierda pura, Mierda pura. A ver si en cuanto vea a alguien que se muere, a por él. Mira cómo van con las escalerillas ahí. A tope, vamos. ¡Yujú! Venga, joder, más rápido, esas escalas. Venga, hostia. Inútiles. ¿Qué les pasó a esos? Joder. Pues no pasa nada, yo me quedo tú. Sal corriendo y recoge su fusil. Y vuelta a empezar. Vale, pues mira, no pasa nada, chicos. Un maimao volviendo varga, Venga, esto por aquí. Allá. Y esto a tomar poco. Va. Pues mozo, tú por arriba, Este que es Bernard. Sí. Yo primero, Bernard. Que tú estás mayor. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Cope con la cope. Yay. ¿Cómo y esto? Toma, puto. A tú. Muerte piadosa. Es que dejan la gente viva. No se puede dejar. Nadie vivo. Nadie vivo. Nadie vivo. Puto. De mierda. Mira. Vaya bujo eso. No, no. Ah, ya sé por qué. El puto arquero de los cojones. ¿No va a ser? ¿Dónde vas, putito? No vas a escapar de aquí. Lo siento, pero no vas a escapar de aquí, No vas a escapar, jamás vas a escapar de aquí. ¿Esta puerta dónde va? No tiene a nadie aquí. Fuera, putos, de mi castillo. Y de mi región. Y de nuestro país. Fuera. Bastardos de Segismundo. Espera que me pega este cabrón. Ahí, 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 ahí. Ahí, asísteme por detrás que mola más. ¡Ah! Toma, perro. Te envío yo al reino de los cielos. Toma, sucio. Sucio bandido. Húngaro de los cojones. Venga, fuera. Fuera de aquí. Yeah. Atrás, atrás, atrás un poco. Es que joder, se me pone en el puto medio. Con su baile. Hombre, por supuesto que quita, hombre. Lo voy a matar. Venga, venga. No vamos a hacer rehenes, hijos de puta. Cero rehenes. A las ratas se las caza. Qué mala ya la guerra, qué mala ya la guerra. Pero bueno, en este caso es una invasión. No hay ningún tipo de... Vamos, de piedad cero, vamos. Está completamente justificado. Hola, toma por culo, majo. Y otro más muerto. ¿Me matan al capitán, verdad? No, está ahí. Joder.
We've got them! Enough of the soul! We'll charge them from the rear!
Vamos, vamos. O sea, no queda ni Dios con vida aquí. Jodido. Voy a tomar una pocioncilla de estas. Una pocioncilla mágica. Es que me da todo... Ay, ay. Ahí está. Ahí está, me fue ahí. ¿Esto qué? Ya. ¿Cómo se quedó esto? Un poco trambólico. Vamos, 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 vamos. Capitán Bernard. Vamos, vamos. No hay nadie. No. Está raro. No nos tendrán. Han escapón. Hostia, que me están pegando, que me están pegando. Aquí para hacerlo rápido hay que ayudar a los que están pegándose. A palizar ahí. ¿Pero por qué coges esto, tío? No cojas eso. Enseguida los otros cambian para otro. Pero lo bueno es aquí que yo les he hecho una cable, hombre. Ahí, ahí. Lo mejor. Lapalizamiento. Lapalizamiento. Ya volverá. ¿Qué se quedaría sin arma la virgen? A ver. ¿Dónde vas, cabrón? Ahí pegando. No sé por qué no se muere ya. Esta espada no hace daño, tío. Pero tengo otro arma. ¿Tengo más armas? ¿Qué va? Ah, esto ya tiene que hacer daño. Por fin, joder, se murió este hijo puta. Tía, sí que tenía fuerza el cabrón, Lo que tenía mucho... Oh. Puta madre. ¡Pipa, pupa! Qué buen asedio. Recuperando lo que es nuestro ahí, mira. Los tiene en la torre.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanash.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzik? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then, he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
Hombre, no, puedo ir yo. No,
My
ya.
apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot.
Espada, tú.
Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry.
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them.
We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
¡Bravo! ¡Bravísimo!
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other?
Yeah.
A few weeks?
Something like that.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around.
Vos recogías nabos.
digging turnips. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith. Oh, turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
No, que voy más muy lento.
Where you found Toth? Sneaking into Brannick all on your own?
Yeah.
What I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
Lord Capon. Buenas, Dasblo, ¿qué
What
tal?
will you do now?
Vamos al final del juego ya,
Not
tío.
long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Ratte and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
What should I say to him?
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there,
Yeah.
alive.
Venga, lento, que eres un lento, hombre.
There's no sign of them. Move on. There! I'm glad to see Ishban kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I've twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other.
¡Qué bonito!
Let's go!
All right, Father.
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Scalis. Sí, acaba donde empezó todo, ¿no?
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
Bueno, es un DLC
It was
lo de la
almost within
espada.
my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
Two up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? Look who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
O Nico. Bueno, puto juegazo, a ver qué voy a decir yo. ¿Qué voy a decir yo? Una maravilla. ¿Cómo no? Bueno, en fin. Europeo. Sin las pajas yanquis ni japonesadas. Una maravilla. Que si lo podéis jugarlo. No, la espada está claro que es un DLC. Pero bueno. Alguna vez que hay en mis manos lo jugaré. De momento lo doy por... Finished. Bueno. Cierto. Bueno, me he dejado volver para atrás. Acelerar. Bueno. Pila de gente ahí. Estaba con la documentación. Mira todos los niños que nacieron en producción. Joder. Vale, pues nada. Una maravilla de juego. Y las acusaciones de racismo y de machismo y no sé qué, pues en fin. Lo dijeron unos retrasados y unas putas locas de mierda. Es todo lo que tengo que decir, porque en fin. Aquí no se ve nada. Mira, University of Vigo, Spain. Dios, pero no sé qué es eso. Ah, something. Gracias a la Universidad de Vigo, chaval. Será por o sea, será por consultas, digo yo, de históricas. Buenísimo. Re buenísimo. Re buenísimo. Pues muy bien.
You're doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
¡Qué bonito!
I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows.
¡Bravo! ¡Qué maravilla! Me emociono.
Don't go. No.
A ver, que estaba soñando.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzik wants you at the upper
Estamos
castle.
en...
The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right.
Claro, es un epílogo largo, ¿eh? ¿Qué pasa?
What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Que no se acabó todavía, tío. Hostia puta. Pensaba que el epílogo era todo eso. Cojones. A ver. What the? Vamos a ver.
Yeah.
Ya. Ay.
Yeah.
Ya.
Oh, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan?
Joder, vaya pinches.
Assume that we didn't
Pelo
catch him?
sangre.
No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
A member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin. Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war!
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords
Eso es
is
otro
planning.
DLC, me parece.
Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe
Wow.
both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft the letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
I expect it would be best to write it in your name. What exactly am I to write?
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes. I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention...
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else.
Yes.
It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be...
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in... Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like...
Who is he really?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being but he really is the leader of the resistance against...
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas.
Well, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things... You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a...
Who is this Prokop?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst war. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But our politics, make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head...
The League of Lords and that Berghoff were off.
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away, but now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led... Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might... Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They disliked... And now this is how Sigismund repaid...
Rupert of the Palatinate.
Rupert is the prince of...
What's a prince?
The prince-electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the king of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned... So, now we have two kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched to lead.
That young man Sir John of Liechtenstein.
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a power...
That's about all.
Very well. So what do you think of it all, Divish?
I think I don't know what to do.
That makes two of us.
If I didn't know anything about Yap.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could
El otro no sabe leer.
Sigismund's
El
allies
hijo
or
puta.
foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but
Brandenburg.
soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Ande con Dios. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Vale, has completado la historia principal. Si quieres puedes llevar a cabo mis secundarias actividades o viajar por el mundo. Puedes finalizar en cualquier momento si montas por el mapa. Por el pelotón de Sir Hans Capon. Vale, pues nada. Bueno, pues nada, así se queda, Vale, de salir, nos vemos en los bares. Bye bye. No, ahora voy. Venga, chao.